Hello, my name is Max, and with me today is Hobie.
Hello.
And finally Chris.
Hello.
Game of Thrones is finally out in the UK. Been waiting in anticipation for it. First episode's been. What does everyone think of it?
Glad it's back.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been missing it.
In terms of the actual episode, for me it was just build up. It was like build up for.
Well, for me, it wasn't.
Sort of thing,
it was
yeah.
obviously it's been building, but for me, it was introduce everyone back to the
Yeah,
characters.
reintroduce everyone.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
you saw Jon Snow for maybe one or two scenes. You saw
all the main
Bronn
ones
for
for a
one
little
scene.
scene.
You saw
Tyrion.
most people apart from the big ones, Daenerys, Tyrion, Jon, for multiple scenes, but most of them you only see them for one scene. And you have to understand, that's the first episode in the series. But it does leave you a bit, I want more.
Yeah.
Give me more,
obviously.
give me more.
The hour went quick.
Yeah. What did you think of the start? Because for me, it wasn't... The start was... It could have been better, the start. It could have been more...
I was fine with the start.
The start's good, but it could have been more...
I know what you mean. Yeah, I was fine with it.
It's the start of a new series.
Yeah.
Like, the first one, the White Walkers come back and
Yeah.
kill those two guys and leave that one guy alive.
Mm.
I know, later on in the series, a bigger thing's going to happen, but, no spoilers. We're not allowed to spoil.
But yeah, I liked it. I mean, in terms of, like you say, in terms of it is just don't forget these faces or whatever. But they started strong because I really like the Night's Watch. Like
Yeah.
I think they're a good. I think they're a good start or a good end.
Yeah,
sort of
that's
thing.
what you
They
reckon
can't
you'd
be
be.
for the middle.
Yeah.
And I loved that. It just felt right. It was like you've got all of them left. However, only like 20 of them left or whatever. And just seeing the sort of useless one running along, getting
Did
caught.
you release the crows or ravens?
Yeah, and then he's like, "That was your one job," and his voice. I love that voice.
Yeah.
He's like,
'Cause
"We
we all
have to
know-
make it back."
Yeah, we all sit there going, I'm not Sam. I'm
Yeah,
not
but we
Thomas."
are.
But
We
we
are.
all know we are. We all know we'd be running going,
I'll try and make it to the crows. I can't. But so I like the opening for that because realistically, I've not read the books, but I foresee them being the big thing. Like this
The
is
White
what,
Walkers,
the White Walkers are gonna be the thing that's like Jesus Christ. We all need to band together for this sort of thing. So I really like the Night's Watch story from what I've seen as well.
you feel like it's the most important.
Yeah, that's like
Even though-
forget
yeah.
politics, deal with this.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. And the Night's Watch knows that as well because they're like, oh, we've got a new king. Good, let's go take him ahead. Doesn't matter who's in charge. We just need them to help us. Sort of thing.
The next scene, we moved on to meeting Mance Rayder for the first time. The thing, I think he's good. I think Kieran Hines is good. He's good in everything he's in. But I just can't help looking at his haircut and go, what the hell is that? His haircut's dreadful. Because I was watching it with my sisters and they were laughing throughout, going, what's his haircut's just too distracting. Trust me, go back and have a look at it. Because it's just sort of...
I wasn't staring at it, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I did like is, because I've read the books and I was thinking what are they going to do with the giants, and it turned up and I didn't think they were going to be that big.
No,
When I was
that's
reading,
impressive.
but when I was reading I wasn't picturing that big.
Because
so
usually
I was
that sort
like,
of thing's
bloody
done
hell.
poorly. It's like, that's just
It looked brilliant.
But it looked
brilliant.
That's a giant.
Yeah. The way it looked, everything about it looked brilliant. So I was like, that is big. That is big.
I just liked what he was doing. You know, he was just
smashing
getting
that
on with
thing,
his
yeah.
job, but then you go, "Abba!" Jesus! And then they were like, I can't remember her name, the ginger one.
Ygritte.
Yeah, but she was like, I've seen them take a man and hammer him in like a nail
Yeah.
into the ground. And I was like,
You've
yeah,
seen giants,
I believe
Jon
it.
Snow.
I believe it.
Snow. Bronn.
Yeah, I think the sellsword.
A lot of people are saying that he stole the show, and I disagree with that.
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
He did steal the
stole
show.
the show for that episode, but
A
I
lot
mean,
of
I can
people,
understand it
but I
because he
disagree
is
with it,
good.
yeah. He's really good. Obviously, he's one.
Yeah.
He's a great. He's probably the funniest character with Tyrion.
Yeah.
They're a good
Yeah.
double act.
Yeah, they are a good double act.
Yeah. It's something that you would do. Your pod, like, sir, when he's just about
and
to.
he's like, I will kill you.
That's me.
Yeah.
But I did because everything
Yeah.
he's he's serious. You know he's serious,
Do you
but
reckon-
he's to the point of he's so serious that he has to make jokes.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Well, the thing is,
Like when he bows and he's like,
yeah.
I'm so proud. and
he's
stuff like that.
I was thinking
Well,
about
he lived
it.
in the real world.
Yeah. He is a great character, and obviously he's funny. But if you look at him, he's an utter scary person because he's fine with killing babies, as he said. He killed thousands of people with that flame bomb, and he's fine with it. Yeah. I think he's a good character, but I don't know if I'd want him around.
Sort of a bit more like an adult Han Solo sort of thing. It's like he's cool and he's got all like the skills and everything, but there's more sort of
when
like
it comes down to
gruesomeness to it. It's like
he's you have to just think a little bit. And this man is dangerous, which I like. Do you reckon he would have beaten the 2 Kingsguard?
Yes.
Easy.
I was sort of like thinking...
the Kingsguard are the best of the best.
Yeah, but the thing about him is he's the sort of person... The thing I like about him is there's a certain sort... Like you say, it's like he's a dangerous person. Yeah. And that's not because it's like, ooh, play fair and things like that.
Yeah,
it's not
he's
like
dirty,
honour and things like that. No, it's
that's
like, no, the winner is the one who's still alive at the end. Regardless of whether you've got honour or not. Just stab him in the back sort of attitude. Yeah. I like that.
Well, what did you... I think my favourite scene of the whole episode was... Tywin and Tyrion. Because Tywin's one of my favourite characters. And he just destroys Tyrion. And I'm sitting there going... I'm going, oh...
Yeah.
It's like...
He destroys
He's one of those people where you could say whatever he wants and I'll be going... Oh, amazing sort of thing.
Yeah.
Anything he wants.
Like, even in IG.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely anything. And just look...
But that scene was brilliant.
No, I understand
and
as well.
Tywin's going to be probably the best... Well, he's in it, going to be in it more, which is great. How he handles Joffrey is going to be great watching that. What did you think of Joffrey? Because I reckon they've sort of...
toned him down.
Yeah, do you reckon they've sort of trying to change him into more of a kinder person?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Because of what's-her-face.
Yeah, like he was only being nice because he wants a piece of that.
Well, no, he doesn't.
And he was in front of his mum.
No, I think it... Well,
a little bit. It's hard to say because such a short screen time. But like, if that continues or worsens, then they've changed it.
I reckon he's been humbled from what happened.
Exactly. That's
cowering out. Yeah. I reckon he knows I'm a coward. The Starks are back. Robb Stark.
Starks are still knocking about. Yeah.
What do you think of that scene?
Starks. There wasn't much there. There was just... She's still his prisoner because he's got no choice. Yeah, he's got no choice. The men were watching, and you could tell that you saw the look of the men and everything. It was nice seeing them marching because I was like, good to see that they're still in force, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I my favourite house is the Starks, and
the Khaleesi wants an army, and you get to see the Unsullied for the first time. What did you two think of them?
There's some serious muscle.
In the books, I was sort of not frightened by them, but I was sort of creeped out by them. Obviously, they have to kill a baby when they're to initiate whatever.
And he just cuts off a guy's nipple, just like whatever. Actually,
but what I didn't like is I was paying so much attention. I was looking, is there any movement? Is there any movement in the extras? And there was movement. I was expecting them to be dead still. Do not make any movement. But people are moving around.
Gone through the
I know, but if I was the director, I would say do not move an inch.
It's noticeable.
Yeah, because I could see
moves, it's noticeable.
Yeah. So I was hoping that they would move nothing, but that's just me being picky. Yeah.
Put them all as mannequins. Just completely cover them head to toe. Put them as mannequins. Yeah. And then when it's the moving part, quickly swap them out, put them back as mannequins.
But yeah, the Unsullied are good.
Yeah,
I like the design.
That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I like the design of the armour and stuff like that. The episode ended with a big sort of reveal of Barristan Selmy, and I was wondering how they're going to do that bit, because in the books, this old man follows them around for quite a while. So you think it's just another old man. And then obviously an assassin comes and he stops it, and then he says, "Oh, I'm Barristan Selmy," and you go, "What?" But in the books,
what you did, I'm sure there are other readers.
Yeah, and that bit, I love that bit because the music sort of helped it, and into a bit where.
Did anyone else think it was a Pokemon ball sort of thing?
I was just looking at it because I know it's like Pokemon. Yeah, what is that Pokemon that comes out of it?
Again, with the scene though, because there's the thing. I don't think it was that great a scene in terms of the TV series, because it was all. I knew that he's like, oh, look at this guy. No, he's obviously going to save her.
He's going to try and kill her, but it's like, obviously that's the ruse. He's actually going to save her.
So yeah, in overall, what do you think? It's been high anticipation. It's finally back. What do you think in sort of hindsight about the episode?
I think it was a good episode.
Yeah.
It was a good
little
sort of thing.
refresher.
It got you going, oh yeah, I remember that sort of thing. You don't have to have just seen the end of series 2. I like it. And it's a good setup for what's
the next episode will be good because Arya will be coming back, Jaime Lannister, Theon will be back. Well, I'm assuming this is going on. Well, I've seen a little preview,
Bran?
so I know Bran will be back. Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with Theon, and I'm sure people that are listening can't wait either. Well, that was our review of Game of Thrones, first episode, Valar Dohaeris or something like that.
Yeah.
Comment and subscribe. But thanks for watching.